Hello, hello, hello. That's right. It's a Bimbert stream on a weeknight. It can, in fact, happen. And I return with some Pentiment. Hope everyone's week is going well so far. Mine is here and there, but we're getting there. We're getting there. When last we left off, I was literally out of time, being called to solve the second case, and I'd focused much of my investigations on the innkeeper's wife, who seems to have a strong motive to have wanted to murder the leader of the peasant mob who is advocating for nonviolence. But now I've discovered that Brother Guy, also might have motive and opportunity to kill. So I am literally, the story is trying to push me like, hey, you're out of time. You need to give the answer now before soldiers burn down the town. But I am saying to that, nope, not yet. I can look around just a little bit more and try and get to the bottom of this. Oh look, the gay monks are freaking out together. Good for them, good for them. Let's check in with them. God bless you, Andreas. Okay, he's got nothing to say. Let me sneak back out of here and see if I can discover, the access route, because I don't think I have a whole lot on Guy, aside from the fact that, he was embezzling from the chapel. And so it wouldn't have been good if he was discovered. I had found access routes in, the kitchen and stuff, so let me see if I can find those from the other way. And, of course, I've completely forgotten where the hell I'm going. Kitchen and cellar is where I need to be. Must be out in the cloister. Kitchen and cellar, yes. There should be something here. In the cellar? Yes, the cellar. I had to end off at kind of an awkward point yesterday because... not yesterday. Sunday. Wow, okay, maybe I'm slightly more frazzled than I thought I was. Because literally I had been going for 5 hours and I was like, okay, this is going to be really awkward, but I need to eat food. So I feel a little bit disoriented as to what I need to do. I know there was also an access route. Let me check and just get a quick refresher on, where Duplicitous accounts. There was a mostly blank scrap of parchment, that's right. He keeps meticulous records, find more evidence of Guy's misdeeds. I don't know where else I would find that, because I forget what they call it. The sacristy? Basically, the financial office of the church has been completely destroyed by marauding peasants, so a lot of the evidence I would have been able to find is completely gone. So that's, not great. But I'm just gonna poke around the abbey as much as it will let me, and then, if needs be, I will just point to, hey, here's all the evidence I have against Guy, but actually I think it was the innkeeper lady. Because I still think she's a very likely suspect. Okay, the nuns are still alright in here. That's... Oh, they burgled the thing, didn't they? Brother Matthew maintains a shrine along with some of the sisters who paint badges for pilgrims. Maybe they'll have some useful info. God bless you, Master Mahler. God bless you, sister. How are you faring? Mother Illuminata is grieved to hear about Otto's death, as am I. The Lord granted me the gift of knowledge in grief, so I will help the sisters how I can. A heavy burden to carry. Not so, Master Mahler. It was by my losses that I found this light. As Christ said, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Now I can guide the sisters in their grief. Ah, I see. Well, that was spectacularly unhelpful. Sister Gertrude? Okay, I have no conversations with you. Alright. Matilda, you're one of, like, the main sisters.
God bless you, Master Mahler.
God bless you, Sister Matilda.
I wanted to thank you, Master Mahler.
What for?
You understood that despite what happened to me at the hands of the Baron, you did not condemn me. I appreciate that.
The evidence pointed to Fenric, not you.
Yes, well, the event was still a tragedy. And Otto's death only more so now. I'd always thought well of Prior Fenric, but forgive me, Master Mahler, it's not my place. I ought to get back to work. God bless you.
And you, sister. That's right, I could have technically tried to indicate her of guilt in the murder of the Baron. Which may have been the correct... Yeah. Okay, Illuminata has nothing... Because I know there was a way into the convent from underground. But I can't... Oh?
Greetings, Master Mahler.
Okay, but she has nothing else to say. And I, of course, am out of time to investigate Martin. Because I don't think he actually is who he's claiming to be. Because he is so different. And like one of the peasants staying at the Golden Hand seemed to recognize him, but... The Miller, I think, is like just too big a red herring, and he just wanted to distract me, and I didn't have, I don't know, he's clearly like kind of a bastard, but I don't think he's specifically guilty of murder. Abby, only up till the end of the day. Hopefully it's enough to stay in town. Maybe I can, like, get a little bit more on Martin just at the absolute last minute here. I'm just trying desperately to think of anything that I might be able to grab that is going to help me at the 11th hour here. We don't even have time to pet the cat. That's how serious the situation is now. Wait, is this not the way to Martin? He lives by the... Oh, Town Commons is where I need to go. Once I'm ready. And I don't know that I'm really going to be, because even more so than the first case, they just absolutely rushed the hell out of me. So it felt like I had no time to investigate anything. Oh, that's the meadow. Is there something in the church? Anything last minute at the Golden Hand? Just anything...
Oh, hello again. It seems like we all came out of that brawl all right.
Would seem so, yes.
Tavern fights are dangerous. You never know who you'll run into, especially in a place with a lot of strangers. I saw a fight back in Moldor. Wish I hadn't. Watched a man die right in front of me.
In a tavern fight?
Men can die anywhere, I suppose. You just don't expect it to see it when you're having beer. The thing is... I shouldn't. Never mind.
What is it?
It's just with the talk of a murder in the town made me think of something.
Well, what are you waiting for?
No, I'm sorry. Damn it. It's not my business and I don't want to implicate an innocent man. Well, I'll let you get on with your day. Till later.
Until then. So many of these persuasion checks, I'm just completely blubbing. Oh, what was your, if you were like, Landsknechts are surrounding the town. I suggest leaving while you have the chance. I'm trying to stop this before it gets out of hand. Things seem quite out of hand already, Master Mahler. Unless someone gets these peasants to calm down, the Duke's soldiers will spill blood. Master Andreas? We'll be alright, Caspar. I'll figure something out. If you say so. May God prepare you both for what is to come. Anything last minute. Nico, please rat on your wife. Damn it. Kid has nothing to say. Nothing from
Joshua, Hannah, anything last minute? Hello, Master Mahler. Anything I can do for you?
Yes, actually. Well, Martin caused quite the fight the other night. Does he start fights often?
No, not usually. I'd heard he used to be quite the troublemaker, but he's been kind to Nico and me. Agnes had to bring Kat back around when he came back. She fell into a dead faint.
He was a known thief while I was here years ago.
Well, he may have been rough at times, but he's never stolen from the inn, as far as I know. And I keep a sharp eye.
Ah, interesting. Thank you, Hannah.
Anything else, Master Mahler?
No, nothing. Until later, Hannah.
Good day, Andreas.
Well, damn. And blast.
Maybe anything last minute at the inn? Maybe I can find, like, a note from the thread puller there?
Or the Roman ruins, maybe? I'm desperately, like, I am grasping at strads. I hear the Ace Attorney Quarter music playing in my head right now. Andreas! Hello, Lenhart. Do you have a moment? Sure. What do you want? Why are the... No, I don't want to say either of these. I'll just say, just letting you know I'm onto you. What the hell does that mean, Andreas? Means maybe I overheard things. Things that don't look good for you. Say it outright, man. If you're going to threaten me, don't be a damn coward. I thought I could be more subtle than this. Means I know about you and Hannah. Ha! And what do you think you're going to do about it? I fucked most of the women in this town, Andreas. No one has ever done anything about it. You won't change that. You don't scare me. What do you want? You said I could be a problem. And here you are, meddling in things you shouldn't. I'm seeing this through, asshole. Your resolve is astounding. Look, for what it's worth, I don't think it was Hannah. She's a devilish woman, sure, but too cowardly. She wouldn't even admit to her husband he's a cuckold, much less murder Otto. If you're really looking for someone to blame, try Martin. There's something off about him, and Otto knew it. Now, can we be done with this tiresome inquisition? I have things to do. Of course, he tries to throw it on. Okay, Paul has nothing. We do not have time to pet the dog. I already failed the persuasion check with the wife. Roman ruins? Anything? Oh, shit. Well, it seems I just have to proceed to the final judgment then. Little Martha, do you have a magical lead that will help me catch the killer? Hi. Hello, you must be Martha. Who told you? Say shit.
Really?
Yes, she said she's watching over you.
That's nice. Alright, I'm going to go.
She's like, okay, I still have farm chores to do, mister. Thomas, you've been... I wouldn't have anything useful in the church. Anything at Martin's house. Maybe I can, like... No, I can't go in. Cat and his wife both stonewalled me. Ah, good to see you, Andreas. Anything I can do for you? Martin? Who are you? What do you mean? Werner Stoltz said you lost a scar, a big one. What? I got that scar when I was a kid. It got better. Back in the meadow, I noticed you weren't sneezing. So? When you were a boy, you hated that meadow. It made you sneeze constantly. Your mother even mentioned it back then. I grew out of it. I'm fine now. That's a whole lot of this will be remembered in a row. This may have been a terrible decision. Alright, let's stop this nonsense. You started it. I don't know what you're getting at. Why don't you just admit it? Ah, damn it, I'm falling just shy.
Because you're talking crazy. What's gotten into you, Andreas? Forget it. I don't have to stand here and listen to this. Just stay away from me, alright? If I'd gotten a little more information, I might have gotten him to fess up. Well, time to face the music. Let's see just how badly I've messed up. Troops have arrived.
We don't have much time, so let's get this over with. I know some of you are frightened, some of you want to give up, but we have to see this through. Maybe we can't get what we've been fighting for, but we can get justice for Otto. That's right, for Otto, justice. Dad, what about the Duke's soldiers? They've been getting closer all day. I know, that's why we have to do this now, before it's too late. All we need now is for Andreas to tell us who did it. Oh God, no pressure. No more stalling, Andreas. We need to know who killed Otto, and we need to know now.
Can Andreas even tell us the truth?
I'll tell you so that justice can be served, not so you can fulfill your revenge. Andreas is right. Violence is not the answer. The guilty party should face the law, not a mob. I'm not debating this, Ulrich. We're out of time. Acting now is the only way to get justice. We can't let anything stop us. A name, Andreas. Just give us a name. We'll do the rest.
She made it, everyone. She made it. Rachel gave birth to a baby girl.
Okay. Are we really all putting our mob justice on hold so we can behold the miracle of birth?
Quiet, quiet. Everyone needs to stay back and give Rachel space.
Yes, Agnes, of course.
All is well, praise God.
Safe and sound, and the baby girl. Baruch Hashem. With everything going on, with everything that could have happened.
God be praised, thank God. Such a blessing. Thanks be to God indeed.
Peter, I'm sorry. I can't keep supporting you anymore. I understand your cause, but I need to protect my daughter and keep my friends safe. I've already lost Marie and Bert. I can't bear to lose anyone else. If bowing to the Duke's wishes will protect us, I'll do it gladly. I believe in the cause, Peter, but not at the cost of any more violence.
Wait, I can suddenly be like, you know what? I've been not in favor of mob justice, but now, actually, hey, Lamau, just don't stop now. But at the same time, I feel like if I be like, you're making the right decision, then it'll be harder to convince Peter about whatever truth I want to spin. I'll just say this is a stressful time for us all. I'm picking the dirty centrist option.
Please excuse me, everyone. I need a moment to myself. Maybe he's right. Right, what about our safety? Violence, maybe not bad.
How can you all so easily give up?
That soldier said the Duke would reconsider concessions for the town if we release the abbot. Surely that will be enough.
There is room in the law to allow a peaceful resolution.
We should trust Andreas's expertise and judgment, and trust in the law as well. Force will not solve anything.
Letting the abbot go would be justice, wouldn't it? If he's not the one who killed Otto?
You townsfolk don't understand. Letting the abbot go won't fix anything. If we can't get the concessions we need, all peasants will starve and die in the end. And then where will Tassing be? Besides, Otto's death needs to be vindicated. Don't walk away from this now, Ulrich. I have not swayed from the cause, Peter, rest assured.
But Ulrich, this isn't your fight.
Gret, it is moral and Christian to stand with the peasants. I cannot do otherwise.
Damn you all, such behavior is reckless and cruel, especially right now. Get out, all of you. Let Rachel rest.
Yes, Agnes, we'll go now. Andreas, we're not done. We must still find justice for Otto before the Duke's soldiers arrive.
Yes, let's continue this outside.
No more stalling, no more interruptions. Tell us what you know, Andreas. Give us a name. Give us a name or the monks can burn, along with their precious books.
Let's first remind him of, like, what he's already agreed to. Remember your promise. You let them go. You won't hurt. Well, wait. Let's just be like, alright, fine, I'll tell you. Or we could murder to the Dukes, man? I'd consider that if that was, like, if that had a stat next to it, like Orator. But I don't know that it's gonna let me get away with that. Because he's gonna be like,
that's not gonna do us any good. What the hell are you talking about?
Let's just not give him any grief, because that might put him in a more receptive mood. I just have one condition.
God damn it, Mahler, we don't have the time for this.
Let's meet strength with strength here. Caspar is leaving. If anyone has a problem with it, I'll knock your goddamn teeth out.
What? Leave?
Yes, fine. The boy can leave. It's not his fight. Please, Caspar. I couldn't live with myself if something happened to you.
No. Oh no. Oh no, he's gonna be caught up with me. Oh no, this is not gonna work. No, no, Master Andreas, I won't leave you. I know you don't want to, but you have to. Find your way back to Salzburg, back to your family. Please. Master Andreas, you'll teach me again when this is all over, right? Of course, Caspar. I'll be right behind you. Alright, I'll see you soon, Master.
Who killed Otto?
Oh boy, pick a suspect to rally the mob against. All I have are Hannah and Guy. Okay, let me review what the game says as evidence for Hannah. Caspar and I overheard Hannah talking with Lenhart. She said she was glad someone killed Otto because an uprising would have threatened pilgrim visits to the Shrine of St. Moritz, which would have been disastrous for the Golden Hand. Also, it's clear she's having an affair with the miller. Killian Berger gave me a note he found on the floor while cleaning. It's clearly from the thread puller. It suggested that Otto was going to destroy the abbey in the hand of St. Moritz. Fabian mentioned that Hannah's frequent visits to the rat house seemed odd. She may have been inspecting the site for a convenient way to kill Otto. And then Brother Guy. Sister Amelie overheard Guy's confession to Father Thomas. Otto saw him writing in the abbey's financial ledger and confronted him about it, determined to prove the abbey was hoarding money. Guy confessed to Father Thomas that he was embezzling money from the abbey. Sister Amelie told us because she recognized that Guy was abusing the seal of confession to ensure Thomas would not tell the abbot. I found the abbey's financial ledger in the sacristy. Brother Guy was balancing the books using a double bookkeeping method. He keeps meticulous records, maybe too meticulous. No. I think I have to point the finger at Hannah. I feel bad about this because I don't feel confident that she's the killer, but she's the one I have the most evidence against. Damn it. Hannah Bergeron killed Otto to protect the inn.
To protect the inn? Why would the inn be in danger?
I overheard Hannah confiding in Lenhart by the old ruins in the meadow. She was afraid that if Otto pushed the abbot out, the hand of St. Moritz would go with him. No relic, no pilgrims, no golden hand. Hannah spent time at the rat house. Why? What was she doing there if not plotting Otto's death?
We should have known. She's a newcomer here and never supported the peasants, never supported what Otto was doing. And if she was sneaking off to the ruins to talk to that bastard Lenhart, well, I don't think anything more needs to be said. Alright, Peter, we've heard Andreas out, but the accused should be allowed to defend themselves.
You're not going anywhere, Peter. You're not getting anyone. None of you are. Hannah is under my protection, and you're out of time. Peter, I'm so delighted I was able to snuff out the flickering flame of your pathetic rebellion. Listen to me, all of you. It's over. You're done. The only thing you can do now is release the abbot and pray for the Duke's mercy. If any of you people set foot near my mill, you'll get none from me.
Damn him! Damn him! He thinks he can stop us? All of us! He can't. Peter, this has gone too far. We have to release the abbot before it's too late. To hell with the abbot, Ulrich, and if you won't help us, to hell with you.
All of these options are bad because Peter's just going to ignore me if I say listen to Ulrich. He's going to be like,
How can you say that?
if I say this is our last chance to get justice, it's just going to spur him on, and people are going to get killed by Lenhart. The man's clearly already made up his mind. Let's just not get in his way.
To the mill!
Stay back, brutes. This won't end well for any of you. Hannah has my protection, and I won't hesitate to shoot you like the animals you are. So stay away from my fucking mill. And you, Andreas, I thought you made something of yourself. It seems you're really as pathetic as the rest of this lot. Just give us the murderer, Lenhart. Don't make things worse. Fuck you, Andreas. I thought you had a backbone, but you're a spineless bastard.
Elsa, take the boy and go. You don't need to be involved in this.
Oh, good on her for doing it. No, Elsa, get back in the mill. Don't you dare disobey me, Paul. You hear me? Get your mother back inside. I'm not staying here any longer. I'm taking Mom and we're leaving somewhere far away from you. Good for you, kid. You'll regret this, boy. I won't be responsible for how your life turns out if you leave. Lenhart, let them go. They've lived under your rule long enough. I should have expected this from you, Paul. You've always been a sad excuse for a son. And Elsa, if you do this, you won't find anyone else to love you. You'll be a feckless old crone like that Attilia, Elsa. It's over, Lenhart. They're gone. You're not so high and mighty now, are you? You're going to lose everything, just like us. Give up, Muller. There's more of us than you in that mill, and you can't shoot us all. Give us Hannah, you bastard! I didn't kill Otto. I was scared about what would happen to the shrine, but I would never kill someone. Please think of my family. And what about Otto's family? What about my daughter, a widow with an infant son? It's too late to plead for mercy now. You're all mad. This isn't how the law works, and you know it. Your blabbering will change nothing. You've never given a damn about law, or justice, or propriety, or fucking decency a day in your life, Lenhart. Ha! You've let me have my way for years, Peter, and done shit all about it. You've never stood up for anything, and you won't get any further today, coward. Peter, Lenhart, please, let us search for peace tonight. Such language is not Christian, said a man who is part of the torch-wielding mob. Coward, am I? Come down here and face me like a man, you piece of shit. Please, everyone, calm down. We can still talk this out. Violence is not the answer, Peter. You can't blame the man, Ulrich. Force is all Peter and his family knows. It certainly worked with Christine. How dare you even speak her name? much less suggestive. Oh shit. Lenhart, you killed him.
Murder! Burn him, you monster! Make him pay! Justice!
You been a menace on this town long enough, Lenhart. But murder? You brought this on yourself. Let both of the murderers die together.
Lenhart's like, oh shit! Oh god, they're just gonna burn the mill down. Andreas, troops are advancing on the town. We need to go now. We must let the abbot out so we can talk to the Duke's soldiers. You know what? Lenhart can burn. The situation is already extremely screwed. You're right, let's go. Father Thomas being useless as usual. Father Abbot, you can come out. The peasants won't hurt you now. Really? Why? Andreas found the killer and justice has been dispensed. Peter has to keep to his word. Are you sure? Please, Father Abbot, the Duke's soldiers have surrounded the town. We have to show them you're in no danger, that the peasants aren't holding you captive. We don't want any more bloodshed, Father. Oh, thank God, is it over? Finally. What's happened at the mill? Is anyone hurt? We saw a fire. Peter, stop. You got your justice. You swore that you wouldn't harm the abbot or the brothers, remember? I did. No one else needs to die tonight. The abbot can talk to the Duke's herald. You held Lenhart responsible for his actions. We can convince the Duke that what happened tonight is justice. Otto is dead. Ulrich is dead. We can work through this, Peter. Hope is not lost. Everything can go back to the way it was before.
That's the wrong thing to say, Father Thomas. You are terrible at this. Right. The way it was before. Like nothing ever happened.
Peter! What is it? What did you do? Dad?
God save us, he split the manuscripts!
Nothing's ever going to change.
The books! Dad, what did you do? We need to get to the water in the sister's well. Quickly, before it spreads. Peter, the soldiers are in the abbey. They're coming this way. We need to save as many of the books as we can. No, we need to get out of here. God save us. Dad, we have to go. Everybody run. How could this have happened? Andreas, let's go. Oh, I am going to die trying to save some damned books. Oh! I'm sorry. I can't. Andreas, what are you doing? Andreas! Oh. Sure does look like the Duke's men are killing everyone. Yeah, I pointed the finger at the innkeeper lady, and the peasants lit fire to the chapel anyway, because Peter was just in the depths of despair. So I think I did a bad. I think the town is fucked. But I didn't have enough time. Maybe if I pointed the finger at Brother D instead. I had so little evidence for him. Andreas, you can still get out. Jump out onto the... Oh no.
And we rushed in to try and save some of the books, because we are a fool. Imagine if this is just the end of the game. Like, I die in a fire, the village is destroyed. We never find out what happens to the thread puller. It's just, to all interested parties, regarding investments made to Andreas Mahler, artist of Nuremberg, for the creation of a mural in the Church of Our Lady. The Chamber Court upholds the rulings of the Nuremberg City Court and Council in 1526 and 1527, respectively. All claimants signed contracts containing clauses under which their investments could be returned. As Andreas Mahler's death indisputably resulted from a greater power, a contractually exempted circumstance, his estate cannot be considered liable. In the interest of feminine liberty, his widow, Sabine, retains all contested investments. I at least saved my apprentice. The 15th day of February, Anno Domini, 1534. Achievement unlocked. Finished Act 2. Jesus. Now what? The main character's dead. I don't remember who Magdalene is.
Feels like it's getting cold early this year, doesn't it?
Oh, at my age, it feels like the cold comes earlier every year. But we need this chill for the leaves to fall and the galls with them.
Act 3 character swap? Maybe. I'm expecting that I'm going to play as my apprentice from Chapter 2.
What, you don't want to climb the saint's tree to pull them off? Ha! Even in my youth, that would have required divine intervention. No, thank you. I'll stay here on the ground and wait patiently for the Lord to deliver. Don't you have ink back at your father's shop, though?
Oh wait, this is Klaus's girl.
For the press, he has it delivered. This is just for my own drawings. Besides, sometimes it feels nice to do things the old way. An old way it is, I would know.
Hey, Mags. Sister Gertrude.
God bless you, Master Zimmerman. I told you not to call me that.
What, Mags? Why? People call me Otts. You don't see me complaining. It's not even a name. It's a valley.
You like being called Otts.
Right, so? Why are you being so stuck up?
Master Zimmerman, would you call Mary Magdalene, witness to our Lord's death and resurrection, Mags?
I guess not.
Then it seems only fitting you should call Mistress Druckerin by her full Christian name.
Alright. Sorry, sister. Sorry, Mags. Magdalene. Anyway, your dad wants to see you.
What? Why? Isn't he at the roundhouse?
He is. He wants you to grab his mural sketches and bring them.
Fine. I suppose this is enough galls for now.
What are galls? A parasitic oath which develops on oak trees, caused by wasps laying their eggs under the tree bark. Traditionally harvested and distilled into iron ink used in manuscripts. Huh. Okay.
I was just about finished too. God bless you both.
Don't be long, Magdalene. The council's waiting on this.
Not sure why this falls on me, but I suppose I better get going. I think Dad left the rat house plans on his workshop bench at home, next to the printing press.
I am... Really? Okay. Do I have, like,
Magdalene is an avid reader and possesses a strong academic understanding of bookkeeping, organization, and preservation tech. Oh my god! The book that I bought her as a gift, that determined one of her stats. So because I bought her a book about caring for books, that's why she had... Oh my god, that was so fucking sneaky. I thought that was just like, pick the book that she'll like the most. That's so goddamn sneaky. Okay, so I'm going to keep up my tradition, and Mags here is going to get my natural tone for her lines. Sorry if that's going to be off-putting to anyone, but it's just for the sake of my voice and not straining myself too much, and because my girl voices are not that good. It's nice to see some green this time of year. Horehound is one of the few plants that grows year-round here. So how many... Man, she was just a small kid in Act 2, like... I didn't pay attention to the, like, years. Also, I'm curious about the mill. Like, isn't that burned down? Oh, a kid whose name is Andreas? Hello. You can call me Magdalene, Andreas. Magdalene. Magda works too. Magda. There you go. What are you up to today? Drawing. Anything interesting? No. Secrets. Oh, I see. I'll leave you to it then. Ulrich. Oh, Elsa came back. She runs the mill now without her absolute bastard of a husband. That's great. Good. Good for her. Good for her. Alright, let me just go straight to where the story wants me to go for now, because frankly, I don't know what is going to be like. I'm a little curious about the state... Actually, I'm a little curious about the state of the Abbey. Let me check up on that before I go to where the story wants me to go. Just see, like, is the Abbey still... Oh yeah, what about the inn? Oh yeah, Killian's all grown up now, looking relatively handsome too. Of course, that mercenary isn't there anymore. The Landsknecht. And now Nico is old and a widower. Because we got his wife executed. And that didn't really seem to help anyone. Shit. Yeah, right? This would be a really good one to come back to after enough time. Like, I'm very curious to hear... The Abbey looks almost abandoned. Is the Abbey shut down? Okay, I gotta see this. Oh, maybe it's just a nunnery now, because the convent was fine. Yeah, oh my god, the Abbey's totally abandoned. Man, I wonder if you could prevent that. Yeah, I also think it's fascinating that it's a game involving murder mysteries where they don't tell you if you got the solution to the murder correct. Like, this is a game that begs for multiple playthroughs. But I feel like I'm not gonna, like, it's not gonna hit as hard because I got sucker punched more than a few times by just being like, oh, actually, you're out of time to investigate, fucker. Hope you're ready. The Hand of St. Moritz. The poor Clares take care of it now that the Benedictines are gone. Order of Contemplative Nuns founded by Saints Clare and Francis of Assisi. As the name suggests, the poor Clares are devoted to extreme poverty. They subsist purely on the donation of alms. So, it's a completely different monastic order that runs the nunnery now. Also, since I'm now playing as a lady, I could maybe explore the convent a little more. See if there are any familiar faces there. Man, that's a shame. I'm not going to be able to catch up with any of the monks from before. God bless you, Magdalene.
Francisca. So it's not Illuminata anymore. She must have passed away. Pet the kitty. Oh my god, look at the little kitten. So tiny. So Sister Gertrude is still here, so she must have just been accepted into the order. Sister Margaret? Hello, Margaret. It's Magdalene.
Oh, Magdalene, God bless you. You don't normally come to the convent alone. What brings you here?
This is the blind nun, as I recall.
Not that you're not welcome, of course. It's always wonderful to have visitors.
I had some spare time and thought I would say hello.
Oh, well, hello. It is good to hear your voice, though. I enjoy it when outsiders visit the convent.
Do you miss the outside world much, sister?
Yes, sometimes. I miss the other Benedictine sisters especially. She'd never admit it, but Sister Lisbeth had the most wonderful voice. I always stood next to her if I could.
Why stay then? Why didn't you leave when the Benedictines left Kirsau? Yeah. And like, I feel like I royally screwed up in Act 2. Act 1, I feel reasonably sure I got it correct. But Act 2, I feel like I royally fucked. I royally fucked it up.
Truth be told, I was too frightened to leave. Hirsau is my home. I didn't like the idea of becoming accustomed to a new place. Learning the convent's ins and outs was hard enough.
Ooh, King's Quests. Oh, space. I'm gonna assume that was Space Quest eaten by autocorrect. I've heard good things. Gabriel Knight I've not heard of.
I never went outside the convent much anyway. I know where everything is here, even if it's changed over the years. Sister Gertrude had already planned to stay too. The garden always needs tending, and 2 hands make light work. Besides, I can't leave Mausfanger behind.
Of course. She truly is Queen of Kirsau. Has the convent changed very much since the poor Claires arrived? New Orleans voodoo murder game. Nice. It sounds like Deadly Premonition 2, but good.
Yes, the food is simpler, and some of the prayers are different, but all the chores and gardening is the same. Gertrude misses making ink for the scriptorium, but I've enjoyed learning the sisters' new customs. Speaking of which, I should probably return to my chores.
Of course, sister. Apologies for interrupting. Wow! How old is this game? That sounds amazing.
Not at all, Magdalene. God bless you.
Like, I am terrible at point and clicks, but just from the strength of that alone, if I could get it to run on my computer, that might be a good one for me to maybe try playing on stream at some point. Early 90s. Oh, okay. So the abbey is largely abandoned, but the nunnery continues on. Oh, yeah. FMV in 3D. What great ideas for gaming, FMV. Though honestly, I think, like, if you did some kind of revival type thing for FMV games, you could maybe get some interest. Like, hell, they're making a spiritual successor to the Legend of Zelda CDI games, and it looks like it's going to be absolutely fucking lit. Too much memory to make it good. That's fair. Do we have a new priest in the church? Or is it still useless old Father Thomas? He's not there. Alright, so let me fetch the things that my dad wanted. I like that I have the option to just sleep. That's always been an option, which is bizarre because of how pressed for time you always are in this game. But then again, I don't know if I tried to, like, sleep and it would just be like, no, I can't sleep yet. There's nothing... Okay, I guess we go see Dad first. To the rat house. Hey again, Mags. Are you serious? I just told you not to call me that. And what are you all doing out here? Don't you have better things to do? What business is that of yours? Not me. My work's all done, Mags. What do you care? It's not like you've got important work to do. Oh, here we go. New stats for new character. I don't know. A speedrun for this might be interesting, or it might be like the speedrun for Age of Decadence, where you just, like, basically mash one a lot, and then win. Tinker is interesting. I think bookkeeping and bibliophile might be a good combo, so I can have, like... Domestics is just, like... It's very expected of a lady of that time, but I don't know how much that's going to, like, really help. Tinker is really interesting because it would give, like, mechanical knowledge, and... Yeah, you know what? I'm intrigued by Tinker. I think bookkeeping is probably very practical, and, like, something that'll give me good effects, but I'm curious what Tinker will possibly unlock for me. I keep the press running for my dad, and I work with Baltus on his inventions. There's an inventor in town? That seems a little more important than standing around the commons in the middle of the day. Baltus's inventions are stupid. Doesn't seem like something a girl should be involved with, if you ask me. Right, no one did. Calm down, Mags. You're gonna get a reputation. Too late to worry about that. She already has a reputation. Ooh. Barbs, so I can be an expert at insults. Flirt, for seduction stats. Haggle, to go capitalism. Or snoop. Interesting. So let's see, I am a bibliophile, I am a tinker. Yeah, all of these options seem good. Oh, man. Haggle could be good, but, like... There's no, like, usually no money system. Flirt could be fun. Really like the sound of barbs, though, because I can just, like, run around basically insulting people to get what I want. And then just, like, I can have a smart mouth on my main character, which I really like. But Snoop is also really, like, eavesdropping on conversations. That's really useful. But I think I'll go with barbs, because it's like an offensive charisma sort of thing, as opposed to, like, orator, which was just, like... Yeah, let me go with, like, I'm a bitch, and I'm like, oh yeah, let me wound you emotionally. At least I have a reputation. If you died today, your epitaphs would read, 3 shitheads who spent every morning harassing girls in the commons. A no-lose situation, totally. Like, there are no bad options there. Like, some of Andreas's choices, I was like, but all of the options there, perfect. Assuming you got a grave, that is. More likely they'd toss your worthless bodies on a compost heap and hope for a better return. This is already an amazing decision. I will never regret this until I do. Jesus Christ. Alright, we got it. Lay off. Did you get those things your dad wanted? Oh, that's right. No, not yet. Hopefully I can just drop them off and start my reading for the day. Reading? What book is so important that you need to get back to it? Ooh, Reformation and Counter-Reformation. Familiar with a popular assorted trivia, almanacs, common knowledge, and scatological stories. Or Polyglot. Polyglot seems very good. Where, like, I can speak the local language and Italian, but I can read a little of almost all of them. Because, like, a key point, the through line through all these acts has been finding the mysterious notes from the thread puller. And, like, finding written evidence. So I think having the ability to read multiple languages could be useful. This seems like it's just going to help me, like, maybe relate to people. And, like, maybe pass some checks with them, like, oh, yeah, we both know about this book that we like, ha 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 ha. And Reformation, I have no idea what this is even. Actually, let me Google this real quick so I can make an informed decision. Reformation and Counter-Reformation. Protest against the secular values of the Renaissance. Catholic revival. Okay, that gives me more religious knowledge. That's certainly going to be helpful, but I like Polyglot too much to pick anything else, I think. Don Floriso de Nikia. Don what? Floriso, like flower. It's a knightly romance written in Castilian. Such a beautiful language. Who speaks that? People from Castile. Never heard of it. Right, sounds made up. I thought you read all kinds of old books. Well, I think it's worth preserving any of the manuscripts we come across. It's a shame what happened to the library at Kirsau. We lost centuries in one night. If we can't keep some of the past alive, we should. Yeah, sounds like a lot of work. Right, no thanks. Wait, Otts, aren't you supposed to be at the Rat House too? You're on the council. Sure, but it's pointless without your dad's plans. Hurry up and get them. I'll see you there. Okay, Barb's is going to lead to many, many, many happy returns, I can already tell. Okay, I need to go and grab my dad's plans for some kind of mural? I don't really know why we're involved in this as, like, a printing family? The Rat House mural sketches. I think this is what my dad wants. I think these are all the plans. What is this part of the plans? Oh no. Okay, enjoy the lurk. And have good food. This is probably not going to be a long stream anyway. I need to go and pick my brother up from the airport in a little while. I got some time left, but... And all this note says is just stop. Huh. What an odd color. We don't have an ink like this here. At least, I don't think we do. Well, whatever. I'll bring it just in case. Alright, I'd better get these over to the Rat House. So, our dad got a note from the thread puller, apparently. I don't know when we started calling the thread puller the thread puller, but that's surely going to be relevant at some point. And to the north town. Oh, look! The construction's completed. The Rat House is the biggest building in Tassin. I do need a reminder, what is the Rat House? Oh, it's like a town hall. Okay. Baltus's clock took ages to build in place. Oh yeah, that guy. I vaguely remember him. Vaguely. Alright, to the Rat House. Oh, there's Father Matthew, still worthless. Oh, Big George's got a cool scar. I don't understand how we're still arguing about this. These murals should depict the truth, and what we know is the truth. I don't think it's so simple, Klaus.
Are you afraid of angering our Lord, Father Thomas? I think Father Thomas means that the truth is not so easily agreed upon.
I don't know. I'm tired of arguing. I just want it to look nice and show what happened.
Magdalene, thank you for bringing these. Maybe illustrations will succeed where talking has failed. I'm done arguing with them. I'll see you at home for supper.
It's all right, Magdalene. We don't need to see the drawings. It's not that we don't understand what he's trying to do. I didn't realize we had upset him so much.
Sounds like things got worse after I left.
Well, we've been arguing about this for almost 2 hours.
For all the good it did us, he hasn't budged. What's the point of talking if you can't make any progress?
Magdalene, could you speak to your father? Help him see things from our point of view.
Let's continue to be sassy. So in the end, I ran to get plans that you don't want to see, and now you want me to do something else for you? I'm sorry, Magdalene. This is all because became a lot more contentious than we hoped.
Klaus has strong, very strong opinions on how the history of Tassing of Kirsau Abbey should be portrayed.
And those portrayals may upset some of our neighbors. Isn't the real concern that it's going to upset the Lord? Isn't everyone really worried about him coming here someday and seeing the revolt memorialized on the wall?
You keep saying that we all disagree with him. I don't think I do. Not entirely.
Well, what do you think, George?
I know I'm not the smartest man in the room, but I know what happened to my own dad. I know what he did. Doesn't feel right to ignore what happened to him. What happened to Otto.
Look, you all knew my dad. I never had the chance. I don't want to make people in this town angry. I don't want to make our Lord angry. Who is us? I don't... Crap, I can't check people. God help me if I'm ever just a Pokemon streamer. Terrible. No, this is medieval artist, mystery detective simulator. Except the detective artist has now died, and we're playing as the daughter of one of his friends. None of us do, but maybe there's a way to tell this story in a way that's true without upsetting anyone.
So, it's all very complicated, you see, Magdalene. Try to get him to consider a portrayal of our history that's a little less inflammatory.
And, and I'm going to pick my, my verbal barb stat and be like, and to think the council's meant to be the best of passing. I'm just going to be a colossal bitch to everyone.
Magdalene, such speech is entirely uncalled for.
We need to come to an agreement or call off the mural entirely. He's been wanting to paint this mural for years. You can't tell him no all of a sudden. Then help us, Magdalene. Your father will listen to you. Alright, I won't promise anything though. He's already hard enough to convince. Now I'm going back home. This mess has taken up too much of my day already. Oh, and instead of it being a painting, we mark the passing of time by a clock now. That's a really cool change. But the red X just shows that the conversation is finished, basically.
Magdalene, thank you for bringing the drawings to the rat house. I'm sorry it was a waste of time.
Those men don't know what they want. When I tell them what I'm trying to do, they get scared. Then they talk and talk and talk. They talk all day and we're never any closer to a decision. I'm sick of it. Sick of the whole thing. Dad, I'm worried about you. I know. I appreciate the concern. I suppose I haven't been this upset about something in a while. I'll get through it. I just need time. Why is it bothering you so much? We all hear those stories about what this place was, how it came to be. And it feels like history is something that happened before, happened to other people. But 18 years ago, we lived through something, you and I. Everyone in Tassing.
Everyone wants to forget about it, pretend it didn't happen.
You don't.
No, I don't. All those years ago, I did nothing. I was worried for you, worried for Benjamin and Rachel and Esther. I was so afraid that I'd lose you. I wouldn't have been able to bear it. In the end, so many people died anyway. Peter and Ulrich and Andreas and all of the others. And we lived.
Dad, everyone says that it wouldn't have made any difference. If you and the others had fought, you would have died. I would have died.
Maybe I could have stopped him from going to the mill. Or maybe we could have stopped the peasants from burning it down. But we'll never know.
You can't change the past, Dad.
I know. The least I can do is make sure it's not forgotten. Something happened here. We were part of it. I need to help people remember that. If I don't do it, who will? You're right, Dad. I wish that the men in the rat house saw me the way that you do. They'll come around. They all suck. I hope so. All the arguing has left me beat. I'm going to bed early.
Alright, I'm going to stay up for a bit and write a letter to Esther. Who is that?
Good. Please say hello to her for me.
The trouble with an 18-year time skip is that I don't have a great sense of who's who, because it's all these people who were kids in Act 2 running around all of a sudden. And her parents. I know, Dad.
Good night, Magdalene. I love you.
I love you too. All this running around has left me tired too. It will be nice to sit down at my desk and just write for a while. I don't know, fellas. Loving your dad is literally loving another man. Sounds pretty gay to me. Or I can just be like, nah, I'll just go to sleep. Screw my friend. Nah, let's write. Alright, where to begin? I should write to Esther. Who is that? I don't know who that is. I think for a while River the Fluid had you beat. Maybe. I don't know. I don't keep track of it. Dearest Esther. I hope you and your family are well. Dad sends his regards to your parents, like usual. I've spent the last few days collecting oak galls with Sister Gertrude. I don't suppose you have the chance to do that in Prague. Sister Gertrude has been teaching me how to grind them into smooth ink. It's difficult work, but you'll find no better ink anywhere in Bavaria. I'll send along a bottle with this letter. Be sure to store it out of sunlight, or else the color will change, because we are a nerd. We need to impart our knowledge, goddammit! Oh, did I mention? Dad started a new project. He's painting a mural of Tassing's history in our new rat house to memorialize the revolt. The whole thing has me thinking about my own family history. Past, present, and future. You know what? She's a tinker, she's a book nerd. We'll just have her be like, I want to take over the printing shop. The printing shop has been in the family for years. I'm looking forward to taking it over. Of course, Dad will keep running it until he can't pull the levers anymore, but I'll take over sooner or later. Ooh, we can be an unmarried woman in the 1500s. Scandalous. Or I can be like, I go for the trophy husband. But no, if I inherit the shop, I won't have to get married either. Spin wool. A spinster. Christ, you would not believe how annoying Otts is. I think his mom is under the impression he's been courting me. Can you imagine? And yes, before you break the nib off your pen, I will come visit you in Prague. I promise. I'll try to make some time to visit before winter. Life has been bustling here. Dad's been busy with the rat house mural, so I've taken over in the workshop. I'm sure it will be a sight to behold once it's finished. Right back to me soon. All my love, Magda. Oh, so she's fine with her friend. Like, referring to herself as Magda there, but, like, if the boy that's interested in her calls her Magda, she's like, don't call me that, use my name. Interesting. Anyway, time to sleep. Time to go to sleep! Do a little combing of the hair. Why not? Why does no one in this game use their covers? These people are crazy. Also, oh god, why are we waking up at 5 a.m.? Ah! Dad? Dad? Magdalene. Dad! Hang on, I'm coming. Did he fall? Oh my god! Dad! Magdalene. What happened? Are you alright? You're bleeding.
Someone came into the house. They hit me over the head.
I'll go get Dr. Stoltz. Try not to move, Dad.
Magdalene, it's not safe. Whoever attacked me.
This wound is too deep for me to take care of on my own. We need Dr. Stoltz.
Magdalene, be careful.
I will. I'll be right back, I promise. That's a lot of time passing.
Do you know why anyone would want to attack you, Klaus?
No, maybe. Someone didn't like one of the books I sold them. Are you sure you didn't see a shadow and hit your head on the printing press?
Come on, Jorg. You saw the workshop. Somebody was looking for something.
A burglar? In Tassing? That's preposterous.
Well, if it wasn't an attack, what was it?
Enough. It was a deliberate blow to the head. Unless any of you wish to debate my diagnosis.
No, of course not. No.
As I thought. Truthfully, Klaus, I'm surprised the blow didn't kill you. You have a strong skull. It's a grave injury. Magdalene, you'll need to help take care of your father. I will. Whatever I need to do. Good. Of course, the mural will have to be called off now. Klaus, you absolutely cannot get out of bed.
No, it has to be done. This is too important. Just give me some time to rest. I'll find a way to make it work. I don't think we need to cancel the entire project. Can't we just wait?
Klaus, your health comes first. Anyway, we haven't even been able to agree on what the mural should be.
Indeed, it might be best to abandon the entire idea.
With respect, Father Thomas, you are not on the council.
Yes, just offering an opinion.
I can paint the mural.
What, Mags? Quit joking.
Well, I know you want to help your dad, but aren't you too young for something this big?
Let's just keep insulting the boy who we hate. I'm older than Otts, and he's on the town council, and he doesn't even do anything. Yes, I do. I do plenty for the town.
Painting a mural this large and complicated will take a lot of skill and expertise.
So?
So that's why we were having your dad make it. He's been making art forever.
I agree with Paul. Klaus needs home care. You're best suited for that, Magdalene, not a mural. What is that supposed to mean?
Well, are you sure you're up for it? Physically, I mean. It's quite demanding. You'd be up on scaffolding and could fall.
You know, even if... Ah, the realistic sexism. Are you not listening to me? I've already been doing this work for years. I know what it takes. Dad knows what it takes. Do you?
I can do it, Dad.
If you don't trust Magdalene to do the mural, to hell with the lot of you.
Close?
If you don't trust her, you don't trust me. I'll never do any work for this council again.
Alright, I say we let her. It doesn't look like we have much of a choice.
Very well.
Alright, Magdalene, you can do it. But you still need to talk to us about what you're doing, alright?
Oh, is the chat tracker dying already? That's a new record. Hasn't even been an hour and a half yet. Yeah, big ups to Dad for sticking up for us. Oh, of course, I'll definitely talk to you about my ideas and what I intend to do, and then I'm going to paint my dad's picture anyway.
Thanks, Magdalene. Rest up, Klaus. I'll do my best, Jorg.
Magdalene, just a moment. Yes, what is it? Your father's lucid right now, but his injury is severe. His current demeanor is misleading.
What are you saying?
Magdalene, there is damage to his brain. He may have a few weeks, maybe even a few months left, but he's not going to survive. Except in grim silence. You can make him comfortable, and you can enjoy the time you have left. But time will run out before long.
Damn. Alright.
So then it becomes, do I carry out the last work that my dad wanted to complete? Or do I enjoy the last bit of life with... Wow. That's a fucking choice and a half. Dad needs to be able to see the mural in its finished form. But I don't know how much time he has left. Werner said it could be a few months, or... God protect him. I'll pick up where Dad left off. He wanted to paint the history of Tassing, from its earliest days to the revolt. I'll start with the earliest part of Tassing's history, the pagan tribes and the Romans. Then I'll move on to the founding of the Abbey and Tassing's saints. After that, I should find a way to represent our recent history. Depicting the revolt is important to Dad. People in Tassing might know some of the town's history, but not all of it. Dad said the library in Kiersau had those records. He was going to write to the last prioress to see if she had any information. I should write to her now while I'm thinking about it. Okay, so kind of... Usually the game will lay out, like, my rough options for what to do. Okay, so it's just... Yeah, I need to check on people. Son of Anna and Paul. Inventor, mastermind behind. Big Jorg. Klaus, Esther, daughter of Benjamin and Rachel. Oh, the Jewish printers who were in town during the revolt. Oh, of course. Mother Francisca, she was formerly head of a Port Claire's community. Elsa, considered one of the kindest people in town. Carl, husband of the late Helena. Margaret, mostly blind. Otto, son of Eva and the late Otto Zimmerman. Oh, Otto's kid. Oh, of course. Oh man, Otto was cool. Yeah, but Otts is just a piece of shit. And then, of course, the good father. Alright, well, let me write to the last prioress. Alright, where to begin? Dad told me the last prioress at Kiersau knew something about the old history of Tassing. He said she became the abbess of a convent in Bologna, Mother Illuminata? Yes, at Santa Margherita. I should write to her. Oh, so I can address her as formerly prioress or formerly librarian? She was the former prioress, though, so this seems
the most appropriate way to address her. Make it relevant to her. I am the daughter of Klaus Drucker, Magdalene. We are printers from Tassing. You are acquainted with my father. He bought many books from the library before that terrible fire consumed the place. I am writing because my father and I are creating a mural in the Tassing Rat House. It's going to tell the history of our community and of Kirsau as well. We have only legends and folklore, since, of course, all of Kirsau's books were destroyed in the fire. I was hoping you could tell us something about the early history of the town, when the Romans were here. If you know anything about the early history of the abbey itself, we would also be glad to hear of it. We would appreciate any help you could give us, and we hope you are well. What? Don't do a personal question. She was always very attached to the library, so, my father always spoke highly of you, especially how you cared for the library and its books. Yeah, and with a God bless you, she's a woman of God. God bless you. Magdalene. Hopefully that letter's good enough. If I want to finish the mural before Christmas, I should start planning tomorrow. I should head to bed and get as much rest as I can. It's late. I should get some rest soon. Unless... Let me just, like, check up on dear old Dad first. Make sure he hasn't died in his sleep or something.
Magdalene.
Hey, Dad. How are you feeling? Can I get you anything?
No, I'm fine. You go on.
Alright. I'll come back and check on you later.
He's like, damn it, girl, why did you wake me up at 3 a.m.? I won't be able to get back to sleep now. And I'm like,
Haha. Oops. Go to sleep. It does seem like the better option, if I'm given the option between, like, paint the mural or just spend time with Dad. It seems like painting the mural is the... What? What is happening? Oh, that's a big time skip. We're into November. Ah, Mr. Struckerin, I have a few letters here addressed to you. Take care now. Thank you, sir. Mother Illuminata wrote back to me. I hope her response helps me paint the mural.
Mr. Struckerin, thank you for your letter. I hope this reply finds you and your father in good health. I remember you both, as your father would carry you between the rows of our library in its final years. I also remember your late mother and brother. God keep their souls. While we did have some books that discuss Tassing's past, it's likely they were as mythological as what your neighbors believe. But that said, I remember one of the peasants, Tillman Kreutzer, read about the history of the town. I know he died during the revolt, but perhaps his family knows some of what he learned. I should also say that it's not true that all of Kirsau's books were destroyed by the fire. Andreas Mahler managed to save some from the flames. God rest his soul. In the aftermath of that terrible night, cataloging and preserving the surviving books was not at the top of any of our minds. Even so, this topic has stirred a memory within me. Several years before the fire, there was a death at Kirsau, the murder of Baron Ruthvogel. He had mentioned something about finding a copy of Historia Tassiae, a comprehensive chronicle of your home.
That's right! Oh my god, that was all the way back in Act 1. That's coming back now?
I had forgotten all about it until now, because the murder dominated all of our thoughts in the days and weeks that followed. It troubles me now because I recall that the late Father Matthias was also reading a copy of Historia Tassiae shortly before he died. We never accounted for either book's whereabouts. They may have been hidden somewhere in the library and went up with everything else. Perhaps Prior Fenric took it from the Baron after the murder. Fenric had an interest in books of all sorts, of course, but it seems like an odd thing to do in the moment. Then again, only God knows what he did and why he did it. Miklaus Miklaus' last name, the Baron's manservant, believed it may have been stolen by the town thief, Martin Bauer. If Martin is still alive, I would ask him if he knows where the book is. Hopefully he didn't trade it for a mug of beer on his way out of Tassing. If the man has passed from this world, perhaps his family knows where the book wound up. As for the history of the Abbey, I fear that was also lost in the blaze. However, as sacristan, Prior Matthew learned a great deal about the subject. I have not kept in contact with him, but I know that he is now the Archdeacon of Sion. He is no longer a Benedictine, but he uses his family name, Faustin Sau. If you write to him soon, your letter may reach him before snow covers Valais. Please convey my best wishes to your father. He was a good friend to the Abbey in its better years. Despite the violence that occurred, I hold no ill will toward anyone from passing. I pray that you have seen better days since that night, and that God forgives the many errors we made. God bless you as well. Mother Illuminata, Abbess of Santa Margherita.
Okay.
Oh, Esther wrote to me as well.
Oh boy.
My dear Magda, my parents were glad to hear from your father. Please tell him they wish to hear from him soon. Speaking of printing, your ink was well received indeed. I've made several prints with it. They look lovely on the wall. Elisha has taken to making his own ink from scraps he found around the house after he saw yours. Mother was furious when he spent several pfennigs trying to find lapis at the market. She sent him scrubbing the floors for it. Took him 3 days. I am glad you're keeping busy, even though it keeps you from visiting. Father says we'll have room whenever you decide to make an appearance. And if you do take over the shop in Tassing, you'll have to make visits to Prague for supplies. Who knows? Maybe you'll meet someone here. I've made a good match too. Before the expulsion, there was a handsome man at synagogue, Simon, who caught my eye. His father's a merchant, and he's a doctor. He went to the University of Padua. Can you believe it? I'd quite like to marry him, if I can find him again. Anyway, I think you'd have even better luck than me. The boys would swoon at a beautiful blonde artist from the Alps. Please keep us abreast of your father's mural. We'll have to come see when it is finished. Blessings, Esther.
I'll have to write Esther back tonight. I should head home and check on Dad. Hey, Dad. How are you feeling?
Ah, Magdalene. Sitting upright is still a struggle, I'm afraid. The dizziness makes my stomach turn, so I'd rather not eat at the moment.
Are you sure? I can bring up something light, like milk or broth.
No, I can't stomach anything just yet. But tell me, where are you off to?
I need to get started on the first part of the mural today, the old history. Mother Illuminata didn't know much about Tassing's early history, but she did give me a few places to start. I'm going to ask Black Till if his grandfather told him any stories. Illuminata is the...
Mother Illuminata, Magdalene.
Right, yes, Mother Illuminata.
Young Cruiser has mentioned those tales from time to time, yes. He comes by to borrow books now and then.
Oh, that's right! And this is gonna pay off, because when I was Andreas, I told him, you need to remember the old stories your grandfather is telling. Yes! Yes!
Usually when he's found some interesting old ruin out in the fields, you might ask him about that.
Black Till ask about ruins Martin might know book, except not, because it's an imposter. It's definitely not Martin.
You, Pete.
The old man is still alive?
Il Peter's always harumphed about how no one paid attention to the old ways anymore, too. I'm sure he'll have some stories to tell about old Tassing. You might stop to talk to him.
I didn't think of that. Thanks, Dad.
Of course, Magda. It's nice to feel useful, even if I am stuck here in bed.
Nonsense. I'm just glad you're awake.
You might talk to Smokey, too.
Fuck yeah, Smokey. I love Smokey.
The old charcoal burner seems to know more about what's in the woods around town than anyone else. That, and he's a known gossip.
He's always been kind to me when I chat with him. I'm certain he'll know something about the ruins.
You may hear something worth your while, at any rate.
I'll go talk to him. What about the ruins or the mines? I can't just use books and stories alone. I want to explore whatever is left over from the Romans and before. The salt mine and the Roman ruins are the oldest parts of Tassing, so it only makes sense to see what they left behind.
You take after your mother. She was always thorough in her research.
You always said that's what good artists do, Dad.
Be careful, all right? I know the twins mess around near the salt mine, but I don't want you getting hurt. I don't know why Jorg doesn't keep them in line. Always making trouble, those two.
And we're gonna choose the bitch option. At least Artemis actually knows how to read. I don't think Apollo can even spell his name.
Boy struggles with his letters, Magdalene. Don't shame him for it. Not everyone is a printer's daughter. Don't forget your other chores while you're running around town, all right? We still have a household to run.
Don't worry, I'll get everything done.
That's my girl.
I'd better get going if I wanted to do all of that today. I'll see you later, Dad.
Good luck, Magdalene.
Alright, but I know we are just getting to the meat of what we need to do as her, and there are a lot of interesting leads to follow up on, but I need to be leaving in, like, very, very soon to go and pick up my brother from the airport. So I'm going to start to wrap it up here. Tomorrow, I'm going to be busting out one of the old Fire Emblems, Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War. I have very little idea of the horrors that await me, and I'm going to be playing it blind, so that should be a good time. I've been wanting to get back to some Fire Emblem for a while now. And then, of course, on Saturday, I'll be doing Shuffle Saturday, but with a twist. I'll be doing Shuffle Machine. That's where I take almost 2,000 random ROMs that I have, shove them in a randomizer, and then it's controlled on an automatic timer. Every 10 seconds to 10 minutes, it switches to a new game, and I have no control over it. So if you've seen Shuffle Saturday, it's going to be even more chaotic. And then Sunday morning, around 9 a.m. Mountain Time, I will return with Pentiment, possibly get to the end of it. I don't know how long Act 3 is. So that's kind of the plan going forward. Doing a little more streams this week than I have been. And let's see... Valen's still streaming. Let's give him a raid. Fellow member of Take the Shot Media and one of my common rivals for Pokeboomers, because, you know, obviously I'm a Pokemon streamer. I mean, just look at what I'm streaming. Obviously Pokemon. So go tell him hi. I'm going to have to raid and run, but thank you everyone for coming out. Spend a little bit of your morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it may be for you. If you're watching the VOD after the fact, I see you. I appreciate you. Please say hi to Valen. My name is Vimbert. I'll see you around the internets.